People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People of Seven on Blue Sky and YouTube. People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps located purplebutterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. My blog purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. And let's have a conversation. Okay, in Cincinnati, Ohio, when you need repairs on a car or you want to save money, there's these things called mobile mechanics, shade tree mechanics. That's actually a thing here. Okay, so I'm looking to get the alternator fixed. I got the part, I just need the mechanic. And I put a message on Facebook looking for a mechanic, so forth and so on. Talked to several people. One person said, I'm mobile, I come to you, I'll only charge you $60. And I went, oh, well, let me go ahead and have a sale right quick so I could raise $60. And he goes, what, you don't have $60? What about 50? And we're talking. I'm going, oh, I can swing 50. I didn't say how much I actually have because, I'm trying to find the cheapest person out there that's qualified to do the job, etc., etc., etc. So this person says, well, send me 30 as a pull-up fee and then you could pay me the rest when I get there and do the repair. Yeah, so why after I send the $30 and he's supposed to be on his way, 10 minutes go by and he goes, can I send him $20? For what? Now he has a flat tire. Okay, that's interesting because I just sent you 30 that he claims he spent on gas. When he was at the gas station, well, when I'm at the gas station, I always wash my windows, check my tires, etc., etc., as part of just getting gas. Because if I'm going to need air, I'm already at the gas station. Learned that long time ago when I had a flat tire. So I always check my tire pressure when I'm getting gas. So that struck me as a little odd. So I said, what you need $20 for? Oh, for glue and a rubber plug. Say what? I said, I already sent you 30, so that's what he sent me a convenient picture, a very detailed, high definition picture of a flat tire. Now, most people, if they're taking pictures of their car on the spur of the moment, it's not going to be high definition. I'm just saying. I have a cell phone. It takes pretty good pictures, but it doesn't do 4K just for a tire. So that, red flag, red flag, red flag. I'm suspicious. Problem, I sent the payment for the 30 through friends and family, which means you can't get that back. So I certainly wasn't going to send him any more money. So I decided to call him out on it. I said, so you want me to send you 20 more bucks, so that's 50, and you haven't even arrived or left to fix the car when you said you were on your way. See, key word, on my way. And now he's not even left. He's got to get a flat tire fix. Okay. So at that point, I kind of realized I had been scammed or had the wool pulled over my eyes. So I had a friend do a favor. I said, can you do me a favor? Click this link and tell him you need work done on your car to see what he says. She lives in a whole different state. not just a different city, a whole different state. She said, what do you want me to say? Ask him if he's available to fix any random thing you say. And, you know, if he's local. So all of a sudden, while he's local to Cincinnati and is pulling up to fix my car, mentioned a street that's close to mine, all of a sudden he's available in New Hampshire right now. So right when this was going on was when he sent a message saying he needs 20 more bucks. So at that point, it was confirmed I was scammed. I accept that. I was desperate to get the car fixed, so my patience and my common sense and my gut reaction and the little red flags that be going bing, bing, bing on a normal basis said, okay, sis, young, I'm taking a nap now. So, yeah, that happened. In the meantime, just to see how that would play out, because now I know I'm scammed, I said, well, I'm not going to do it anymore. Just send my $30 back just to see what he would say. That became comedy. Because then he said, oh, I'm going to call my wife. Okay, what your wife got to do is you send me my money back. And then I'm calling my mistress. Don't think he meant to type that. So I said, okay, what your wife or your mistress got to do with you sending me my money back? Then at that point, he decided to block me on Messenger. But before I said, send me my money back, I took a screenshot of the entire conversation. And then I realized, oh, my address is listed on that. So let me do that again. And I deleted my address and took a new screenshot of the entire conversation. So I was expecting him to make some smart aleck comment on what your wife or your mistress got to do with that. But that's when he blocked me. I guess he realized, oh, I screwed up. Now, looking back at the text, it should have occurred to me some grammatical errors, especially since I used to be a proofreader and English is my first language, and there's 4 other languages I speak. Those grammatical errors should have told me, oh, maybe English isn't his first language, just from the things I sing. I am going to post the whole conversation after this video, so it'll be attached, and I'm going to post my friend's interaction next to that so you can see what's going on. But ladies, gentlemen, trusting people out there everywhere, don't fall for that. I fell for it. $30, lesson learned. But at least I didn't get scammed for $300 or $400. I'm a cheapskate. I always look for the cheapest price. So this was a $30 lesson. That's 3 bars of soap. I'll make that money back. So, yeah. But tell you how much of an annoyance it is just to know I've been scammed is the fact that I am recording this on portrait. Everybody knows me, knows I can't stand portrait. I like landscape. Tilt the camera this way so it covers the whole screen, just like in the movies. But the problem with that being, if I flip the camera around just so that way I can have a conversation in a style I'm comfortable with, it takes the screenshots and make them this big with, gray space on the sides, and that gray area and putting the conversation in this little area makes it hard for people to read, and I want you to be able to read the entire conversation. So I got it on portrait mode so that way it fills up the entire screen so you can see what happened, how slick this person was, because I am not a trusting individual, and all of a sudden, boom, I got scammed. So, yeah. And that way, they say buyer beware. Maybe this will help you be aware that there are people out here that are in it to win it, and they don't care if they hurt a semi-retired, disabled, 60-year-old individual out there, or older, or younger. A human on this earth that has some source of income, they're out there to get you. So don't let them get you. In the meantime, there are, shall we say, trustworthy, actual mobile mechanics in the Cincinnati area. I don't trust none of them now. So, yeah. The tow truck driver gave me a phone number for a mechanic that comes to your house, shade tree mechanic, mobile mechanic, and will fix the alternator. I gave them a call first. They didn't answer their phone. I left a message, didn't get a response, so I went to the next person on the list and the next person on the list. I put a Facebook query out there, and that's how I ended up in this situation. So don't do that. And it was a business page. So my guess is that person, Chris as David, is an actual person, and maybe they got scammed or their identity got hacked, because the PayPal name that they gave me, the email that they gave me to send the PayPal to, is very different from the name at the top of the messenger page. So if that person got hacked, their information is different and they've been compromised. But in the meantime, Jamie Brad at PayPal is Brad Rogers. So if you see that name, don't trust it. Basically, look at the conversation that I'm finna post, and every name associated with it, the person's picture, yeah, don't trust either one of them, and then you won't get scammed like I did. So, now that I've had an embarrassing time, my coffee is ready. So I'm going to go drink the coffee, even though it's after 10 o'clock at night. Take my meds and take my happy little butt to bed. And yeah, I'm going to find a brick and mortar shop that's hopefully close to me, because the car will now have to be towed to it. And they will have to tell me over the phone, if they will accept my car, because I already have the part. Most of these places, like the place that actually is around the corner from me, will say, oh, for an alternator, we supplied the part, we supplied this huge amount of money that we expect you to pay over here. Okay, so I got the alternator myself for this much instead of this much. So I'm looking to spend this much instead of this much for someone to install it. Instead of, oh, we'll do the alternator for you, we put our own parts in, blah, 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 and boom, completely out of my budget range. That's what we're not trying to do. So yeah, I got a little research to do to get this car fixed. I had my son looking for some place to get the car fixed before all this happened. My daughter said she was going to help me, and here we are almost on week 2, and no one told me nothing, so I tried to do things myself, and here we are. So yeah, I'm going to take my happy little butt to bed. This has been People7 on Blue Sky and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps located at Purple Butterfly. soaps.myshopify.com, my blog, purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. Y'all stay blessed and stay tuned. Pay attention, y'all. If your common sense says, hey, I'm sleepy, give it a rest, sleep on it, so forth, so on. Don't just say, oh, well, I'll do this myself. Because otherwise you'll end up making a video like this. This has been People. Bye now. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that like button. Love ya. By the way, two things. I just noticed when I was doing the playback, he deleted two comments. The one comment was, I had my wife send me $20 so that way I could get the car fixed. And she's on her way to work. So I'm home now. Okay, fine. Why you gotta delete the comment if everything's all innocent? And then two, I posted this on Facebook because I figured that way everybody knows, because I'm a blasted person, so nobody else gets, taken like I got taken. And then whole different kind of scammer showed up. We can get your money back. We do cybersecurity. We do this. It's like, yeah, right. So after 20 minutes of hiding that comment, blocking that comment, it just occurred to me, put that out there too. You get scammed, you let somebody know you get scammed, now you get people going, oh, we could fix the situation, call our cyber blah, blah. Message me immediately. No scam, we're honest, so forth. So, yeah, right. Like, I've already got scammed once a day. I'm not going to trust you now. Even if they legit, I ain't trusting that. Nope. So, thought I'd put that out there too. This has been People7 on Blue Sky and YouTube. People elsewhere on the internet. My social located Purple Butterfly soaps.myshopify.com. My blog, PurpleButterfly people.blogspot.com. My hearing aid is fighting with my headset. Where was I? I'm tired, y'all. I'm going to bed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that like button. Bye now.